real quick, since you're a hardcore TNA fan, Don West now doing the merchandising and not behind the mic for commentary.
I thought they got rid of him completely.
No, he got a so-called promotion to do nothing but merchandise.
Really?
And they've been doing.
I love that.
They've been doing this whole thing now where they're doing autographed baseballs, which was kind of weird to me, but it's pretty smart because they're only releasing 36 of 4 major superstars, and they're going to change the superstars every couple months or whatever. You only get 36 balls available, and they're going to be signed and dated and numbered, and they have a nice little hologram by Major League Baseball.
No, well, wait a minute. Why baseballs? I mean,
why not wrestling
like cards?
There's really nothing for wrestling to have. Like, cards would be a good thing. I thought if they would have created something like maybe like a little ring bell or something, and get something like a major like toy production to stamp it with an approval or something like that. But
Yeah.
I think it's just because of Don's West's past, he can probably get a really good deal on baseballs, and then that's what they're doing.
Well, yeah, because I remember back in 89, 90, that they WWE or WWF at the time had the baseball cards, and I collected every single one of them.
Right, so did I. But I think what TNA is doing right now with putting Don West in the back and pushing merchandise is a really big move for TNA. Merchandising is pretty much 100% in your pocket if you can find it really cheap. So for TNA to build up marketing like that, I think is really smart. But I wanted to ask you, Peter, as a TNA fan, does that hurt you as a fan to not listen to Don West, who's been there so long?
No, not at all. I really disliked Don West when he was on the announce team. You'd see a simple move and it'd mark out like crazy. Then you'd see a good move and he just didn't really care about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like the Jim Ross, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a plus to have Taz as a commentary in TNA, because Taz has really like picked up his level as a commentary over the last few years, and right when he's at his best, he moves over to TNA. So I think for me as a TNA fan, I like Taz better than Don West.
Oh yeah, definitely. I used to like Taz back when he was on SmackDown, so I've got no problem with him in TNA on Impact calling the matches.
Let me ask you this though: what do you think about the PG thing? I mean, do you like it? Do you not like it?
The PG thing, it kind of comes into consideration what type of match it is. If it's a singles match, I don't really notice the difference. But like you were saying before, with a TLC match, and then you've got your differences to what you can and can't do. I mean, you can't bleed, and that really takes the effect out of the weapon shots.
Right.
So I think it's a very bad thing for stipulation matches.
Right. But what also made the WWF work back in the days was, it was a show that was PG. They actually showed it twice on a Saturday. And, you had your top talents fighting the jobbers, and then you had the top talents fighting the top talents at pay-per-views, which wasn't every month. But then again, you don't have the same main event week after week, month after month as we do now. And I think that's why the WWE is kind of failing on that. And they're trying to change it up by going back to the PG. But the thing is, they're going PG on their storylines, not... they're not really glorifying what put them on the map in the first place, which was wrestling.
Right.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like you were saying, with the main events every week and every month and stuff, with Triple H and Orton, I mean, how fed up did the fans get up with that? Triple H and Orton. Not Triple H, yeah, Triple H and Orton.
Yeah.
It gets boring.
Exactly, yeah. So, the PG thing, it's just, like as you said, the wrong areas where they're going PG and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's why
you can't have a badass character like Austin. I mean, nothing about him that screamed PG. But in this era, you need to be able to say ass at least to get a badass character over.
Right. Right.
All right, Peter. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming on. Don't be a stranger. You know how to get a hold of us, and from time to time we'll get you from the UK fan point.
Yeah, pleasure to be on here.
All right, I know it's about almost 2:30 in the morning there, so go to bed.
All right, thanks for having me, boys.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. From a fan's point of view.
From UK, I love it.
All the way from the UK. Let me get this here. All right, there we go. So there you go. I mean, he had a lot of different views. I mean, all the way from the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that some of their views are completely different, and it seems like they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. From what I got out of the interview was, look, it's true. It's true. It's true. There you go, Kurt Angle. That the TNA is the preferred choice.
Right, because of the time slot.
Well, he felt because of the time slot, which I kind of agree now, because I didn't even think about that.
Right, but at the same time, I think but I like the fact that TNA is just even around. I mean, it keeps WWE on their toes. WWE did a phenomenal job of like killing their competition, but I think without TNA, man, we would all be suffering. Even if if we can get Raw like 24/7, we'll still be suffering because Raw would still suck. I mean, WWE will still suck because without TNA, there's no reason for them to step up.
Right.
So